Hey guys, here we go to a video on Lomachenko's technique and how that technique is going to be applicable to you in spite of the fact that he's a southpaw and most of you guys are going to be orthodox fighters. Now, one of the first things I want to do is I want to touch on this comment that I got on YouTube from Mr. Augustus Martinez. Hi, my name is Augustus. I'm a physical education trainer, personal trainer, boxing coach. On my resume, I had to train with 5 world champions. My best advice, shadow box in front of a mirror. Never neglect the technique. When you throw your punches, remember to bring them back to the original boxing stance, okay? I want you guys to think about this idea, right? This is a guy who is saying that he's a PE teacher, he's a personal trainer, and a boxing coach that has trained with 5 world boxing champions. And he's telling me that one of the things that I'm neglecting, number one, is to bringing my hands back to the original stance, right? Like, this is my first goddamn day in a boxing ring, right? Or I've never seen a boxing glove before. The next one is, you punch and block, but in between doing an extra step. In that step, you're neglecting your guard, hands down. We'll talk about that little extra step when we get to my shadow boxing after the Lomachenko one. But if you guys want to read the rest of what that guy has to say, go ahead. I think it's stupid, but no offense, Mr. Augustus, but I don't think you know shit about boxing. Not a goddamn thing. So first off, let's talk about the idea that you want to get back into the original position that you were in when you threw punches. Number one, why is that a bad idea, guys? Why do you not want to punch your opponent in the face and then stand in the same position that you were in before you punch him in the face? Oh, because he's throwing punches back, right? So why are you going to shadow box and train in a way that's already defeating the purpose of all your training? Isn't that like literally one of the stupidest things you've ever heard? Come on. When do you see Lomachenko getting in that position? Look at how he throws this shot right here. 1, 2, 3, boom. Changes position from position 2 to position 1. And then after he throws his right hand, does he go back to that neutral position, right? Look at where he started those punches from, right? On the back foot to the front foot, and now he gets to the back foot again, right? He's not in a neutral position though, right? Neutral, front foot, back foot, right? You don't end your punches in the same position that you started them in because your punches cost you weight transfer. It takes your weight. It takes you time to get into this position, right? Right? You have to put a lot of effort into this position, right? Front foot, back foot. These are the positions in boxing that you fight out of, not this neutral one that boxing coaches all over the world will tell you that you want to be here throwing your punches straight. No. See how when he actually throws power in his straight left hand, his head moves over his left knee, right? And then when he wants to get off the line, he moves his head to his well, actually, it's his right knee first, and then his left knee here. So this one, he's throwing his straight left hand and his head going over his right knee. And then when he brings his weight back, he does it this way to position 2 and brings his head to his back leg. Now, this is very, very important, right? Because this motion here, notice when he brings his weight here, it's the same as this one, right? Look at this, you guys. Boom, slip to the back foot. Slip to the back foot, right? He doesn't exaggerate it as much, but that's because these are the same exact motions, right? Front foot, back foot. Front foot, back foot, right? Now, when you have somebody who's telling you in your boxing video that you want to throw your hand right here, and then bring your head back to this position and stay there, not here, it's showing that they don't understand that when you shoot a straight right hand or a straight left hand in Lomachenko's position, that when you bring your hand back, when you bring your weight back, the position that you were in after you threw your straight left hand or your straight right hand is going to be the same position when you bring your weight back that you would throw a left hook or a right hook. So why is it that you would throw a right hand in your shadow boxing and then bring it back by itself and not transition your weight with a hook right here like you see Lomachenko doing, right? Well, maybe you want to slip and get off the line. Maybe you want to feint and get into that position with the combination and then throw that punch, right? But the idea here is that people go around spouting this kind of garbage up, bring your hands back, be in the same position, all that kind of stuff. Well, we'll talk about this in a minute, but that kind of stuff, it doesn't help anybody actually learn how to fight. Because that's not what you're doing, okay? You are cycling, when you're fighting, you cycle from this position to this position. Now you do this with punches. You do this with slips, right? Let's just watch Lomachenko's shadow boxing. Let's see all the ways that he does it, right? So there's going to be a scene. So there, he transfers his weight from the back foot to the front foot through the left hook here, right? And then through the right hook, right? But notice this position right here, front foot, back foot, right? The hook, it's the same as the slip, right? So why in the hell would anyone ever tell you, not only do you want to bring your hands back right away, but you only want to bring your hands back? You're just completely wasting this weight transition. Not only are you not using this weight transition to defend yourself, right? Because you're moving off the line here, back onto the line with your opponent, right? Unless you're throwing a hook and moving back off of it, right? So see how he starts in the neutral position here, then off the line here, and then off the line here, right? Well, he didn't do a hook there, right? Or he didn't transfer his weight, he pivoted. But it's obvious that he's going to do it because of the way that his weight is working. It's obvious that he's going to do this. And anybody who knows anything about boxing, shadow boxing, or the way that your technique works would not be saying stuff like this, right? Focus on bringing your hands back to your eyes. At what point in this video does Lomachenko ever focus on bringing his hands up? He's cycling through his weight transitions, going front foot, back foot, right? Or in his case, because he's left-handed, right? It's taking a step, back foot, rolling onto the front foot, back foot, back foot, right? Rolling through, cycling with his hooks, right? But he's transitioning his weight with these positions. Now, the position is what's important here, okay? Front foot. Maybe he'll do it soon. Front foot, yeah. Front foot, back foot, right? This is exactly what I'm doing in my video. Actually, we're just gonna go ahead and look at my video, just some stupid stuff. I know, I'm no Lomachenko. I'm a little bit raw. I'm not as fast or sharp or whatever. That's cool, but it's very, very important that when you're paying attention, when you're shadow boxing, that you're crossing the line with something. Now, he talks about how I'm blocking a punch and I'm missing an opportunity, but what I'm doing here is I'm getting my way to the front foot here, right? Well, not here, but getting my way to the front foot here, and that's what I'm practicing. I'm working on my weight transition. Then I block as I cross the line again and attack, right? As I block. Now I have my right hand up, right? Now I control my opponent as I cross the line again and attack. Now, well, it's a little short on that one, but it's constantly blocking as you cross the line and then attacking. Block as you cross the line and attack. Block as you cross the line and attack, right? Now, it just shows that people who go around spouting this kind of stuff up, especially if they don't pay attention, they just show that they have no idea what they're talking about. And it's very important that you pay attention to this 5 world boxing champions. And this guy is telling me to focus on my blocking or whatever, but he doesn't understand what I'm doing after I'm blocking, right? Block, cross the line, attack, right? Shifting my weight from the front foot to the back foot. Constantly crossing my head over the line. But he's not really paying attention to my technique. He's not paying attention to my weight transfers. He's not paying attention to what it is that I'm actually looking to accomplish, right? And that is get from the front foot to the back foot, right? Front foot, back foot, front foot. And through each of these weight transitions, you're able to make an attack or defend yourself. Because, like Lomachenko is showing you here, when you throw a perfect left hand, right? And no one here is going to say that Lomachenko doesn't have a good left hand, right? But look at where his weight is, where his head is when he throws that left hand, right? And then when he throws his left hook, right? And he brings his weight to the back foot. Well, he's not doing it here. But the point is that it's very, very, very important, as you can see, straight left hand. The next punch is a right hand. Left hand, right? Because throwing your right hand or your left hand, your reverse punch, puts you in position to throw your next punch. And if all you do after you throw a punch is bring your weight back to the line, not only are you not blocking, not only are you not defending yourself, not only are you not controlling anything, but you're setting yourself up to get knocked out, okay? So it's very, very, very important, no matter how you look when you're doing that kind of stuff, that you practice and you understand that you need to either feint, a probe, or use a slip or a roll or something to cross the line. As you can see in the video, I cross the line with a block each time. Cross the line. and I'm looking to get further into my weight transition, right? So Lomachenko is showing here that he's only going so far in his weight transitions, right? I'm doing mine a little more exaggerated for speed and effect, but again, shooting the straight left hand, what's the next punch, right? Well, according to this guy, you bring your weight from the front foot to the back foot and you don't do anything. So Lomachenko's wrong for throwing this cross back, bringing his weight back, right? In that guy's theory, right? But you don't want to waste a weight transition, okay? Now, this is one of the most fundamental, important things in all of boxing, okay? This is why it's so hard to fight someone like Errol Spence. This is why it's so hard to fight someone like Danny Garcia. This is why it's so hard to fight someone like Manny Pacquiao. This is why it's so hard to fight someone like Floyd Mayweather. Because they don't waste weight transitions. Every single time they transition their weight, every single time they transition their positions, then they change positions, they have a way to attack you and they have a way to defend you. Again, understanding that this is a position, being on the front foot. When you throw a right hand right here, right? Like this guy's saying, when you throw your punches, bring them back to the original boxing stance. Your boxing stance is not a stance, okay? It is a transitory position. It is the position that you're in when you're not in the position to attack your opponent. Does that make sense? So don't listen to people like this, you guys. Practice your weight transitions. Focus on the real fundamentals of boxing, the kinds of things that you're going to look to focus and achieve in the ring. And those things are going to be getting to position 1 and getting into position 2. So you can throw your left hooks, so you can throw your right hands, so you can block punches, and so you can slip. So you can increase the size of your line, and you can increase the amount of opportunities you have to threaten your opponent. Again, if you're standing on the line with somebody, and if you're just standing there and you throw your 1-2 and then you move back to your original boxing position, where's your active guard? At what point are you feinting or probing? At what point are you doing anything to occupy your opponent's mind? Never. So why would you train that way? Why would someone who's trained 5 world boxing champions say, hey, I think you should do that? All because, no offense, bro, but you probably don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. But for real, don't come to my fucking channel and you don't even watch the video. Let alone, you're like telling me that I'm blocking wrong, but you don't even see what's going on. But anyway, enough of the rant. So this video came out recently of Regis Prograis, hitting the pads with this, this Asian chap who actually seems like he knows what he's talking about. So I want you guys to focus on what the motions that Prograis is going through as the video cycles through. Notice he's getting slower and slower with that jab, right? The jab to the body, right? And eventually he's going to just tap it here, position, right? So this is 1 position, right? His weight is on the back foot, 2 position. His weight is on the front foot. Now look at what the guy's telling him. Focus on staying in these positions, okay? Because when you probe, right, make 2 punches sound like 1, right? That's what he's practicing here, right? Feint the jab to the body. This punch sets up your right foot to be in position to attack with your left hand, and then transition your weight with the back foot to the front foot, right? And then you're in position 2. Now look at how he stays here. This is very, very, very important, okay? Because anyone who tells you to go from position 1 to position 2 and then back into position 1 as fast as you can, again, someone who's saying get back into your original boxing stance doesn't know anything about building speed and power, about positions, about the way that your body works and the fundamentals of boxing. Because number 1, this is how you're going to increase your speed and power, is by challenging these positions, learning to throw punches and getting comfortable here, jab to the body, right? Straight left hand upstairs, right? But it's these positions that you want to practice. And then you want to practice cycling through the positions as fast as possible to build coordination, athleticism, speed, and power. But you have to know the rules of positioning before you can start doing this. So come to my channel. I have a video where I break this video down and talk about the technique. I talk about the things that I'm looking to achieve with each of my weight transitions, each of my movements, and also a video on positioning, discussing what kinds of positions you want to be in, what punches you can achieve from what position, what punch you should be throwing at what position. But these are the fundamentals of boxing. Not this like little fitness coach garbage, someone coming to the channel, be like, oh, I think I know what's up here. This guy's playing boxing coach. I don't know what he's talking about. But you want to choose the position that you're in, right? Look at Lomachenko end in this position, right? He ends his weight transition here, right? And then he looks to set up a new combination. But look at his whole goal here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-punch combination to end up with a power shot here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4-punch combination to end up here. These are the positions that you want to learn to transfer your weight into and out of, right? Because these are the positions you're going to wind up when you throw punches, when you slip, when you block punches, when you rotate, when you hit, when you rotate your hips, when you pivot. These are the positions that you're going to wind up being in. 1, 2, right? Those are the positions. So doing stuff like this for Prograis, especially when you're working on only power, hitting the heavy bag or hitting these kind of bags, practice the position. Don't focus on bringing your hands back, because bringing your hands back doesn't make you faster. It doesn't make you hit harder, right? Learning how to go from this position, right, to throwing a left hook. Learning how to go from this position to learning how to throw a right cross, right? I'll say for Regis Prograis, learning how to throw a right cross from this position, that is going to be able to, so he throws a hard straight left hand, and now from this position, he throws a hard right hook, or he throws a hard right cross, right? That is how you practice getting back into the position that you were in before. Not by just bringing your hands back, right? You have to understand that you have to transfer your weight from the front foot to the back foot. Now, from this position, you can do that with a combination, right? Like Lomachenko likes to throw combinations. You can do it with head movement, right? You can do it like Floyd Mayweather, where you roll under the counter next. Or you can just throw punches, right? You can just roll and slip under the next shot, right? And however you want to do it, it's very, very, very important that you understand that from this position, you have to work to get back on the line, okay? You just threw a punch. You're completely out of position. If you try to bring your hand back right here against a pro fighter, he's going to knock you out, okay? So don't listen to that guy in my comment section saying, oh, it's important to get back into the original position. Only if you're trying to get knocked out, okay? Only if you're trying to get knocked out. Again, this is a position that you fight out of, right? Now just imagine if he made this motion without throwing a straight left hand, right? Just say he slipped this way. Now he could slip back with a right hook, right? But this is a position. So from that position, he either has to control his opponent, feint, or he has to move off the line. Because if he moves back onto the line without feinting or probing or doing something, he's exposing himself to more risk, right? Now, if he wanted to throw a combination, because he saw that he could throw a combination from this position, right? He could, as long as he had the information to set that up, right? To understand that that was going to be his next weight transfer, right? Now, again, I want you to focus on that idea, okay? This guy says focus on bringing your hands back to your whatever, that guy. But what does Lomachenko focus on, right? So he's going to throw his combination, and then he's going to focus on his next weight transition, right? Boom. Where does he go from here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So where does he go from here? Oh, well, he needs to get his head from the front foot back to the back foot because he's in danger. So he controls his opponent with the lead hand. Then takes a step back off the line. Boom, boom, right? Now look at him. So he just feinted, gets on the line, landed a straight left hand. Now he's going to feint here. 1, feint here with the left hand, get to the inside or get to the outside and come with a body shot. And then a right hook upstairs. Well, actually a triple right hook, right? But again, Lomachenko in his shadow boxing is focused on his next motion. He's not focused on getting back into his original boxing stance. He's focused on getting into his next position so he can pivot or throw a punch, right? Anyway, if you guys are interested in learning more about boxing positions, I'm going to be focusing on a lot of boxing positions. Actually, maybe in one more week or so, I'm going to start focusing on the real fighting, right? Not the technical part, right? Because this guy, if he cannot figure out the technical part, there's absolutely nothing that he could possibly know about how to fight somebody, okay? Because if you don't know how your body works on the technical part, you don't understand how your opponent's body works on a technical part. And if you don't know how your opponent's body works, how are you supposed to set punches up against him? Right? Think about that idea, okay? That's why technique is so fundamental. It's so important. That's why fighters like Floyd Mayweather, when they have such good technique, they can just coast. He doesn't even have to fight anybody because his technique is so good. He knows when to disrupt his opponent's rhythm, when his opponent is most vulnerable during the course of their weight transitions, right? He gets all kinds of free punches just because he knows about technique. And again, if you don't understand how your position is relative to your opponent's position in the ring, whether you're southpaw or you're orthodox, whether you fight on the front foot or the back foot, all of those things are going to, what your strategy is and what you should be looking to accomplish are all going to be different depending on whether your opponent is southpaw or orthodox or in the front foot or the back foot, okay? So this very like basic, like, oh, I'm just about to teach someone how to throw a punch, shadow boxing tips, that's not where we're at here, okay? That's not where anyone should be at. This shouldn't be any of your guys' first day. Again, think about your next weight transition, right? Where are you going next, right? Now, most of the time in mine, I'm just looking to go forward and keep fighting on that line, right? Boom, roll under the line. Well, I like to, where do I do that little drill? I don't know. But get under the line, right? Right hand? Wait. Roll under the line. Well, actually, I'm slipping there to throw a hook. But anyway, sometimes I slip, sometimes I roll, sometimes I do stuff. But again, just keep going forward, making sure that you're in a position to make your next weight transfer, right? Don't make it about bringing your hands back. Don't make it about, you know, this ABC bullshit, whatever someone's told you, focus on this, focus on that. No. Focus on what it is that you want to focus on. Focus on your next move. Focus on your next weight transition. Focus on the next chain of activities, right? The next sequence of events. For Lomachenko, right, when he's, well, let's see. Let's just get to a random one here. Maybe back here. So feinting, controlling him, moving his head off the line, right? And then making sure that he's in position. Well, you know, I don't really know what he's looking to do, to be honest. I mean, it's just shadow boxing. He's probably just going through the motions. Hook, again, to position 2. But making sure, right here, his head goes to the front foot, hook. Then his head goes to the back foot, hook, right? Understanding where you need to put your weight to make your next move, right? That's what you want to be focusing after you punch. Because, to be honest, this is the end of a weight transition, okay? Right here. 1 weight transition, 2 weight transition. The next weight transition is an attack, okay? Or a slip or a roll, but it's a boxing motion. You don't just move back on the line all willy-nilly like you don't realize that you're in danger, that you're fighting someone. Like, think about this idea, you guys. Any of you guys on the channel that are interested in fighting, or like any of you posers like Hidden Gem, right? We go to the gym every day. We are training to hurt people, okay? This is boxing. We're not training. This is not for fun. We're training to hurt people. So this kind of advice, make sure that you don't give this kind of crappy advice out like all willy-nilly, like you think you're helping somebody. If you don't know what you're talking about, right, don't do it. 5 world boxing champions. And he's telling me that I want to practice my punch, right hand, and then just walk back onto the line with a pro fighter and get my teeth knocked in, right? We train to hurt people, okay? Your opponent is training pull counters, right? Your opponent is training slips. Your opponent is training counters. Your opponent is training all these ways to hurt you. And you're going to just do something like, I'm just ranting. Anyway, I hope it was a good rant, you guys. Don't think about these as punches. Think about these as positions, okay? Front foot, back foot, front foot, back foot, front foot, right? But look at how he's being taught to stay in this position. Because solidifying himself in this position, number one. Number two, it's a position not just because it's the end of your weight transfer, but this is a position that you can fight out of as well on the front foot. You don't have to just transfer your weight to the back foot like a scrub. You can fight on the front foot and use your left hand or your right hand to assault and attack your opponent too. You don't just have to be an only right-handed fighter who only fights from the back foot. Anyway, I apologize for the rant. This shadowboxing video wasn't supposed to garner so much negative attention. It was actually just me messing around and not really even shadowboxing, right? I'm just practicing my weight transfers. It's just for fun, you know? But people want to come to the channel and say some crazy ass shit like this. Oh, you're doing it wrong, but you'll get cardio. Suck it, you know. Anyway, too much ranting. If you guys are interested in learning any more about boxing, any more about positions, any more about how to fight on the front foot or the back foot, check out my Patreon. It's $10 a month, but I'll be doing training videos. If you are interested, I'll be taking a look at your heavy bag videos, your shadow boxing videos, and I'm going to try to do it about once a week where I'll go through a couple of people's videos, post them online, and give you guys tips on things to work on for your heavy bag routine, things to work on for your actual shadow boxing routine, and things to focus on, including personalized drills that I'll show you how to do. And the cool thing about this Patreon, guys, I know you guys are like, you know, whatever about it, but the cool thing about this is all the questions that other people have in the comments about technical parts or about stuff. Maybe you see something in somebody's video that you're like, oh, I do that same problem. I have that same problem. I can't do this. You'll be able to see how I answer all of their questions. You'll be able to see the drills that I make for them. And it'll be a great experience. So even if you're shy, you don't have to make any comments. You can just learn from the other videos and the other trainings that other people are getting. But if you're interested, sign up to my Patreon. I promise you, I'll be doing better than this keyboard warrior, supposed 5 world champion boxing guy. And bro, Augustus Martinez, if you're ever in Cali, San Diego, and you want to test your technique or test your boxing stuff against me, I'm putting you on blast right here, and I have a public forum, so I'm not just trying to like discount you or whatever. That's not the goal. It's not about you, right? But if you ever feel bitter about it, I'll gladly fight you. Gladly. I'll put the gloves on, and we can fight. We can talk technique after. But yeah. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to hit me up on that Patreon. Things are going to be exploding soon. I think I have a partner to be doing some of the partner drills. And the partner drills, right? I haven't focused a lot on technique, to be honest. Technique, you can really wind it down on my channel when I talk about the positions. Check them out. But you can really wind it down really easily. The most important part about boxing is understanding the positionings and how to manipulate those positionings. And on my boxing channel, or on my Patreon, we'll be talking about those in the next couple of weeks. And we'll be talking about a lot of them, very in-depth drills to talk about and learn the positions. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And show that guy some love. You know, go to his channel. Maybe he's got some cool videos. I don't know. That's what's up.